let's take a look at that Touch Too Much demo from the Bonfire set. So, it's obviously not the version that made the Highway to Hell album, but it's still a cool track nonetheless. It's a cool jam session. So we start this one off with some open strings, open A, D, and G to this A chord, and then we'll eventually go to D. So I'll play it slow. Alright, and then end on that A. So then we're just going to be playing this A chord here, and my little visitor's back, and we're just going to, we don't want to do this. We are going to be palming it a little bit, but we want to make sure that we've got some open strings in between that A chord, because it does make a difference. And it kind of builds up intensity as you move through it. And then you're going to hear this. You're going to come down here and grab this 5th fret on the little E and the B string with this A chord. So you just got your A, and you're just going to use that pinky down here on the little E and B. Alright, and then we're into the pre-chorus. So the pre-chorus is going to be this G to D at F sharp. And you hear that. You hear that little on the little E string, that 3rd fret there. So you must be grabbing that with this pinky, but you hear that on that E chord just right at the end there. And then we're going to get into the chorus. So the chorus is just going to be kind of what we did in the beginning, except we're going to go to this D a little quicker. And then once we get to that D, then we're going to add that middle finger to that 2nd fret on the E string, sounds like, and then to G. So we have this. And that continues on, and then we get into the 2nd verse, which is the same thing as the first one, except right at the beginning of the 2nd verse, I don't know, it sounds like Malcolm maybe drops a pick or something, but he's just going back into the, supposed to be doing that, but then all of a sudden he just goes to these open, like all the strings, so it's something like that, and then he gets back into the groove again. So I don't know really what happened there. So those are all the main parts for this one, except when we get to the end, we had that little breakdown session. So we're really coming out of, the guitar solo, which is just the chorus. He's just kind of playing that A chord with the open strings. You hear the A chord actually picked. And then he goes back into that. You grab the C note there, and then you're going to hear this riff kind of played, throughout the 2nd half of that breakdown, really, where it's more like we're just playing A, and then we're going to grab the C. And then we're going to slide down here to this 5th fret. Sometimes you hear it slide and sometimes you don't, so it just... So that's just basically, you're just playing this. And you hit open D, G, and D again, or sometimes it sounds like it's G, D, and D. just kind of play that out, and then you just go back into the, the G chord, the pre-chorus, and then it just kind of fades out back into the main riff, really. So that's really it for this one. It's a cool track to have fun with and play along with. We'll see you guys next time.